Game 2. Let's go. Final game of the year here for Post University softball. They lost in game 1 to Dominican 6-2. Dominican with 12 hits in that game. Post with 4. Welcome you back inside to the broadcast booth. Griffin Cass on hand. Post University takes the field here. Let's set the field here for the Eagles. It is the same players out there in their positions except for the pitcher. Jenny Riquelme getting the start here in game 2. Madison Caldwell got the start in game 1. Outfield and infield's the same. Rick Arduli in left, Peruso in center, Calabrese in right. In the infield, Brooke Dickinson at third. At shortstop, Kaylin DeAngelis. At second, Julia Maida. At first base, Lily Tomasello. Behind the desk, Juliana Sakala. Bailey Dickinson is getting the start here at the DP spot. She'll be hitting cleanup in game 2 for the Eagles. Let's take a look here at Riquelme on the year. 7.2 ERA, 2-8 record, making her 8th start of the year. 47.2 innings of work. So we kind of thought that Devin Barnett might have gotten the start in game 2, but this is the last game of the season. Eagles are out of playoff contention, and Riquelme is a senior. Barnett is a freshman. So here we go, game 2. We are ready to rock and roll. Final game of the year here for the Eagles. 6-39 after that game 1 loss. After that game 1 win, Dominican 11-25. Game 2 is underway. We're off and running. Chloe McIntosh was 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI in game 1, taking care of the shortstop duties here today for Dominican. That one misses inside and low. Riquelme is a senior, like we mentioned, a right-hander from Fairfax, Virginia, stands at 5'4". 92 hits allowed this year. 10 strikeouts, and she walks the first batter. Emma Kasovitz. Kasovitz, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. She had the same exact hitting stat line in game 1 as did McIntosh. The only difference, Kasovitz didn't strike out. The square, and Sakala catches it. Not a great bunt there by Kasovitz, and she is retired. 1 down here in the top of the first. So Madison Walker steps in here. She had a solid game 1 at the plate. 1 for 4 with an RBI. So it's 2 balls, 0 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the first. Riquelme winds and fires to Walker, and that paints the inside corner. Walker playing first base here today for Dominican. Walker's a graduate student from Southampton, New Jersey, and she absolutely sends that way towards the fence, and Rick Arduli right at the warning track makes the grab. The wind kept that one in right off of the bat. It appeared as if that one was long gone, but the wind keeps that one in the yard, and Walker is retired. There's 2 down here in the top of the first. Haley Ridge steps in. She had a 3-run home run in game 1, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a run. That one slipped. And McIntosh will take second. The 1-1. Called strike. Riquelme looking to get the Eagles to the bats for the first time here in game 2. Ridge with a runner in scoring position. That is McIntosh at second. And that is ripped down the left field line. McIntosh will round third. She will easily score. It is a 2-out RBI single for Ridge. Her 4th RBI on the day. And Dominican, just like in game 1, strikes first. So Giovanni Salcido taking care of the catching duties here today for Dominican. Went 2 for 4 in game 1. Gorgeous day here at Lemoy Field, wrapping up this post-university softball year. Thought we might have had some rain in game 1, but it passed, and we dodged it. Temperatures in the mid-60s here today. Some wind here and there. Sunny conditions. Not right now, however, the sun is behind a cloud. Three balls, no strikes. To the catcher, Riquelme deals and finds the strike zone on that one. 3-1 count, 2 outs. That is Ridge on first. And that one misses low and in. So Salcido draws a walk. And Adriana Barnes, the right fielder here today for Dominican, steps in. She was 0 for 4 in game 1. That one is hit to the third base side, and Dickinson nearly made the grab. That one's popped up. Can of corn. Who's got it? Peruso has it. Dominican gets one across on the top of the first, and we head to the bottom of the first. All right, let's set the field here for the Lady Chargers. Just one change here in the lineup, as we'll set the outfield here first. Rosemary Espinosa, who is DP in game 1, starting in left here in game 2. In center, it is Emma Kasovitz. In right field, Adriana Barnes. In the infield, Haley Ridge at third. Chloe McIntosh at shortstop. At second base, Tony Joe Lopez. At first base, Madison Walker. Behind the dish, Giovanna Salcido. And back on the mound is Emily Baxter, who was prolific in Game 1. She has been outstanding this season, making her 27th start, and that is ripped by DeAngelis into left field. So a leadoff single here for DeAngelis. Baxter came into the doubleheader here today with 25 starts on the year, 29 games appeared in, and 157.1 innings of work. She threw a complete game in Game 1 and back on the mound here in Game 2. She only gave up 4 hits in Game 1, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. And that one's dribbled right back to Baxter. She fires to first. So Rick Arduli advances DeAngelis into scoring position, and that will bring up Lily Tomasello. So Tomasello drove in the only 2 runs in Game 1. She went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 1 more home run, and she will break the single-season home run record. As that's a pass ball, it gets away, and DeAngelis advances to third. Tomasello with 9 home runs on the year. Her 2 RBIs in Game 1 has her at 30 RBIs now in the year. Second in the conference in home runs, again at 9. She nearly had that 10th in Game 1. She hit the fence in left center on a double. That was her first hit of the game. Tomasello takes that one low. And it is 3 balls and 0 strikes to the power hitter here for the Eagles. She only has 1 more game here to break the single season record in home runs. The 3-0 from Baxter is on its way. And that one finds a strike zone. 3-1 here to Tomasello. Tomasello, a senior from Hazlet, New Jersey. And the 3-1. Hits that into right field. Coming in is Barnes, but she cannot make the grab. So foul ball, counts full. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Eagles trying to close this 2024 campaign with a win as they drop Game 1, 6-2. And Griffin Cass on hand, so glad you're with us here on this Wednesday afternoon, wrapping up the Eagles regular season. Tomasello rips that into left field. Her 3rd RBI on the day. She has driven in all 3 runs for the Eagles here in the doubleheader, and we're tied up at 1. So 2 hits here for the Eagles in the bottom of the first. DeAngelis with the first, and now Tomasello drives her home. And that will bring up Bailey Dickinson. Getting the start here in Game 2. She didn't start in Game 1. She's at the DP spot, hitting cleanup. Hitting .255 on the year, making her 17th start. 51 at-bats, 13 hits, 10 RBIs. Takes the 1-0 low for ball 2. Rolled over, but that will nearly squeak through. McIntosh does not have a play, and it's an infield single for Dickinson. So runners at second and first with only one out here in the bottom of the first. The go-ahead run is in scoring position. That is Tomasello on second, Dickinson at first, and Sakala at the dish. Sakala was 0 for 2 in game one. Fouls that away on the first offering from Baxter. The 0-1. The sophomore deals, and that is sliced, just foul down the right field line. And Baxter able to get ahead here on the 5 batter. Sakala comes into the final doubleheader of the year, hitting .211 on the season in her senior campaign. A catcher from Cedar Grove, New Jersey, making her 42nd start in the season, and she takes the 0-2 upstairs. Baxter tried to get the senior to chase. The 1-2. Got under it. Tony Joe Lopez makes the grab for out number 2 here in the bottom of the first. Julia Maida steps in, the senior from Staten Island. 0 for 2 in game one with a walk. Fouls the first pitch away. Nearly hit a car there in the parking lot. Maida takes that one inside for a strike. And Baxter able to get ahead here 0-2. Maida played her high school softball at Notre Dame Academy. And the 0-2 just misses outside. 3 hits here for the Eagles in the bottom of the first. 1 hit for Dominican in the top of the first. 1-2. Upstairs. Tomasello on second, Dickinson on first. Two. Upstairs. Count has reached its distance. It is full. Two. Maida able to spoil it. Foul. The 3-2 hit towards the middle. McIntosh flips it to Lopez for out number 3. Eagles get one across. Tomasello with the RBI single. And we head to the second, knotted up at 1 apiece. All right, top of the second. 1-1 game here. Eagles with 3 hits in the first. Dominican with 1 hit. So Rosemary Espinoza will dig in here for Dominican. So 7-8-9 due up here in the top of the second. Espinoza had an outstanding game 1, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Was in a DP spot in game 1, out and left here in game 2. Raquelme gets Espinoza to foul it away. Zero strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit, 1 earned run for Raquelme in that first inning. Espinoza fouls that away once more. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eagles have not beaten the Lady Chargers since April 12th, 2022. They've lost the last 3 matchups. Raquelme deals the 1-2, pardon me, and it's fouled away. Eagles bullpen getting a little active. That is Alyssa Hughes, the junior, getting loose. One ball, 2 strikes. And Raquelme fires. Raquelme again making her 8th start in the 14th game that she's appeared in. 2-8 on the year, 7.2 ERA. She allowed 49 total earned runs on the year. And that one's popped up, and it'll sail out of play behind the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter here in the top of the second. Again, 7-8-9 due up here for Dominican. And the 2-2. Off speed, hit to the left side. DeAngelis fields it, throws, and it's in time. Nice play by DeAngelis. So Julia Laporte. Laporte, pardon me. Getting the start here in game 2. Did not play in game 1. Laporte is a junior. Sails that pitch up in the infield. Tomasello has room in foul play, and she makes the grab for out number 2 here in the top of the second. So Tony Joe Lopez was 1 for 2 with a run in game 1. Fouls the first pitch away. Raquelme looking for a 1-2-3 here in the top of the second. Misses there. The 1-1. Off speed misses inside. Tony Joe Lopez is a junior. Stands at 5'3", and Raquelme misses upstairs and out. Prior to Dominican, she was named Athlete of the Year out in California. Hitting .291 on the year, coming into the doubleheader, and she draws a walk in her first at-bat here in game 2. So top of the order here for Dominican. Raquelme not able to get the 1-2-3. McIntosh walked in her first at-bat. So 3 walks now by Raquelme in her 8th start of the year. First pitch, paints the inside corner. Oh, 1. Golfed into left field. Rick Arduli under it. Can of corn. We head to the bottom of the second. It's 1-1 here at Lemoy. Bottom of the second here at Lemoy. It's 1-1. Eagles with 3 hits. Lady Chargers with 1. It's 7-8-9 due up here for the Eagles. Calabrese, a freshman from Oakville, Connecticut, will step in. She was 0 for 3 in game 1. First pitch, right down Broadway from Baxter. 17 pitches now for Baxter here in game 2. 0 strikeouts, 0 walks, 1 earned run, 3 hits allowed. She only allowed 4 hits in game 1, so getting the back-to-back start here in the doubleheader. Came into the doubleheader with 157.1 innings of work on the year. She's making her 27th start of the season. Her arm might fall off after the season. A right-hander, a sophomore. Emily Null, the freshman, is really the only pitcher here for Dominican who's had work this season. She's thrown 63.1 innings as Calabrese fouls that one away. One ball, 2 strikes to the freshman. Brooke Dickinson is on deck. And the 1-2. Check swing. She did not go around. And she leaves it upstairs. Two-two. That is slapped to the right side, and Tony Joe Lopez with a nice play at second to retire Calabrese for the first out here in the bottom of the second. Brooke Dickinson in game 1 went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. First at bat here in game 2. Takes that one in, nearly hit her. One out. Absolutely dots that outside corner. An excellent spot there from Baxter. And it's 1-1 here to the 8th batter. 22 pitches now for Baxter. Check swing. Did she go? No. Ball 2. Two-one. Just misses outside. Full count here to Dickinson, a junior from Vineland, New Jersey, transferred over from CCSU, Division I softball. And she draws a walk. Carly Peruso, the 9-batter, the center fielder all season long for the Eagles. Steps in here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Dickinson is on first. Peruso in game 1 went 0 for 3. The offering from Baxter. Peruso squares, lays down a nice bunt, and they will get Peruso at first. Dickinson advances into scoring position at second. A nice sac bunt there by the center fielder. Top of the order here for the Eagles. DeAngelis, who singled to left field. There was a rip to left field off the ground ball. Steps in here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. The go-ahead run is in scoring position. That is Dickinson at second. And the first pitch to DeAngelis here in her second at-bat of game 2 is upstairs and out. And DeAngelis comes into this final doubleheader on the season, hitting .353, number one on the team in batting average. And she rips that one into deep right center field. It will one-hop the fence. Dickinson will come home. DeAngelis digs for third. It is a 2-out RBI triple for Caitlin DeAngelis. And it's 2-1 Eagles. They take their first lead here in the doubleheader. That is DeAngelis' first triple on the season. And Rick Arduli digs in. She grounded out to the pitcher in her first at-bat. First pitch is right down the middle. That's up and out. Two balls, 1 strike to the left fielder. Bullpen is active for Dominican. And Baxter deals. Paints the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4 hits for the Eagles. Dominican and Baxter specifically just trying to get them back to the bats and have no further damage done here in the second inning. DeAngelis is on third. The 2-2 is ripped right up the middle. How about a 2-out RBI for Rick Arduli? 3-1 Eagles. Rick Arduli with her second hit on the day. She is now 2 for 5, and that brings up Lily Tomasello. With Rick Arduli on first, Tomasello is 1 for 1. She had a RBI single to left in her first at-bat. She was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in game 1. Again, just chasing that home run here. She gets a home run here in the doubleheader, and she holds the single-season home run record. She is currently tied for it with 9 on the year. She's second in the CACC this season in dingers. So 3-1 post. Bottom of the second, 2 outs. Rick Arduli is on first, and Baxter deals. and misses outside to the power hitter here for the Eagles. It's 2-0 to number 31. The outfield is at the fence, basically. You look at Barnes out in right, she is nearly at the fence. 2-0 on its way. And Tomasello flies that one up in the infield. Walker makes the grab for the third out here in the bottom of the second. Eagles get 2 across, and they lead 3-1 as we head to the third. Top of the third. 2-3-4 due up here for Dominican. Kasovitz bunted in her first at-bat, but she popped it up to Sakala. She ripped at the first pitch. Dickinson, tough throw across the diamond. Yes, sir! Madison Walker nearly hit a home run in her first at-bat. She hit it to deep, and I mean deep, the deepest part in left field. And Rick Arduli made the grab. Swings at the first pitch. Hits that one up to the sky. Calabrese had room, but she couldn't make the grab in foul round. The 1-1, check swing. She did not go around. The 2-1 misses upstairs. And it is 3-1 here to Walker. And she was 1 for 4 with an RBI in game 1. And the 3-1. Hits that inside corner. Count is full. Three-two. Another well-hit fly ball by Walker, but this one is caught by Peruso for out number 2 here in the top of the third. Haley Ridge has the lone run batted in here in game 2. She had an RBI single in her first at-bat. She got 4 RBIs now here on the day. And she tries to start a 2-out rally here for Dominican in the top of the third. A nice piece of hitting. That will drop. It is fair. And Ridge has got back-to-back singles here in game 2. Salcido walked in her first at-bat, trying to keep the two-out rally going here for Dominican in the top of the third. They have 2 hits now, both of them coming from Ridge. And that one is clobbered, but the wind keeping it in the yard, and it will sail out of play. Rick Dooley ran out of room there. The 1-1 golfed into shallow center. Peruso has got the grab. Riquelme looks good here in the start. We head to the bottom of the third. Eagles lead it 3-1. Four, 5, 6 due up here for the Eagles in the bottom of the third. They lead it 3-1. Dickinson had an infield single in her first at-bat. Five hits for Post, 2 for Dominican. The 0-1 misses upstairs. One misses low and out. Again, Dickinson did not start in game 1, but hitting cleanup in the DP spot here in game 2. And she slices that into right field. That will drop. It is a leadoff single for Dickinson to start the bottom of the third. Two for two now is Dickinson. Six hits now for the Eagles. Sakala steps in, popped up to the infield in her first at-bat. Got a leadoff runner on. That is Dickinson at first, but she's pinch ran for here, so she exits. And pinch running is Brianna Hines, a sophomore. Hines, a Connecticut native from Seymour. The 0-1 to Sakala is ripped into right field. Hines into second, Sakala into first. And the Eagles with their 7th hit here in Game 2. They only had 4 in Game 1. Julia Maida, 0 for 1 here in Game 2. She was 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout in Game 1. The senior from Staten Island. Squares, lays it down, beautiful bunt, and they get her out at first, but she does her job and advances both of the runners into scoring position. That's Hines on third and Sakala on second. Excellent bunt there by Maida. 1 down here in the bottom of the third. Alyssa Calabrese, ground out to second in her first at-bat, takes the first pitch for a strike. Calabrese hits that one well into shallow left center. It dropped. Kasovitz could not corral it. An error on Dominican, their first of the game, and that brings in the 4th run for the Eagles. Calabrese with an RBI. Her 8th RBI of the year. And the Eagles off to an auspicious start here in Game 2. It's 4-1. So they rule that a hit on the live stats, but it's definitely not a hit. That's an error. And the square by Dickinson. She's thrown out at first. Runners advance. Calabrese heads into second. Sakala into third. So Baxter has been lit up here in Game 2. She was sensational in Game 1. But possibly some fatigue here in Game 2. And there's a swing and a miss by Peruso. Peruso takes that one upstairs. One and two, fouled away. Baxter just trying to finish this inning with no further damage done. Eagles have scored in all innings here in Game 2. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and now 1 so far here in the third. They have 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. The 1-2. It's flown up, third base side, and McIntosh ran out of room there. Or she had room, but she just couldn't get to the ball. Count remains at 1 and 2. And Baxter deals. Peruso lifts that out into right field. Barnes is under it and makes the grab to retire the side. Eagles get one across in the third, and they take a 4-1 lead as we head to the fourth right here at Lemoy. Top of the fourth here at Lemoy. Barnes to lead things off. Barnes is 0 for 1. That is chopped to the left side. Dickinson with a bullet across the diamond for out number 1 here in the fourth, top of the fourth. Espinoza grounded out to shortstop in her first at bat. Swings and fouls that one away. Swing and a miss. Raquelme has looked really solid here in this start. 0 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 earned run, 2 hits. And that one is smoked to the left side. DeAngelis backhanded play. My goodness! DeAngelis is a cheat code. What a play. Eagles looking for the 1-2-3 here in the top of the fourth. What plays back-to-back from the left side of the infield. Dickinson on the first, and then DeAngelis right there. It's popped up. Rick Garduli, can of corn, secures it. Laporte flies out. 1-2-3 in the top of the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Eagles leading by 3 runs. Top of the order here for the Eagles. In the bottom of the fourth, DeAngelis is 2 for 2 with an RBI here in game 2. 1, 2, 3 due up here. DeAngelis tripled to right center. An RBI triple at that in a previous at-bat. Looks at that one in the strike zone. The 0-1. Destroyed. Foul. DeAngelis, the exit velo on that. My goodness. She made an outstanding play last half inning at shortstop, the backhanded play. And the 0-2 from Baxter is hit out into right center field. That will drop. Another hit for DeAngelis. She's 3 for 3 here in game 2. So leadoff single for the senior from Staten Island. So Rick Arduli, who had an RBI single up the middle in her previous at-bat, steps in. She's 1 for 2 here in game 2. Rick Arduli swings and misses at that one. Oh and 2. Baxter is throwing 54 pitches here in game 2, and Rick Arduli stays alive in the count. Foul with tipping that back to the backstop. 9 hits now for Post, 2 for Dominican. Once again, the 0-2 from Baxter. Just misses outside. That's a nice spot with 2 strikes. Rick Arduli in her 5th year here at Post. From Yorktown, New York. Slaps that one opposite side, and it's foul. Once again, the 1-2. Fouled away once more by Rick Arduli. Tomasello is on deck, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Bottom of the 4th, no outs, 1 and 2 count. DeAngelis on first, and Baxter deals. Nice scoop up there by Salcido to keep it in front and keep DeAngelis at bay at first. Two. Slapped to the opposite side, coming in, not able to make the grab there. Out and left, and DeAngelis will head for home. She scores an RBI, the 2nd of the game for Rick Arduli. 5-1 Eagles. Espinoza got a really poor read on that one. And that brings up Tomasello. And we'll have a meeting at the mound here between the Lady Chargers infield. Tomasello, 1 home run away from breaking the single season home run record here at Post. 10 hits now for the Eagles here in game 2. They only had 4 in game 1. So the bats have certainly come alive here in game 2. And I spoke with Sam Rick Arduli after that Chestnut Hill win on April 10th, and she said that we play better in game 2s, typically in double headers. First pitch from Baxter to Tomasello, right down Broadway. 63 pitches now for Baxter. She's had the polar opposite performance here in game 2. She was prolific in game 1. She had 10 strikeouts in game 1, 0 strikeouts here in game 2. That one is smoked. Tomasello. That is her 4th run batted in here in the doubleheader, and it is 6-1 Eagles. 11 hits now for Post. And Brianna Hines with her first at-bat here in the doubleheader, appearing in the 24th game on the year. She's hitting 135, 37 at-bats, 5 hits, and a .220 on-base percentage. Eagles have scored in every single inning here in game 2. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 2 here in the 4th, and there's still no outs in the bottom of the 4th. 2-0. Hines squares. Pops it up. Walker can't get to it. Two one. Popped up behind the Eagles' dugout. And Hines is rung up there on the 2-2. First strikeout of the game here for Baxter. Her 11th of the day. And that will bring up Sakala with one down here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch to Sakala. Up and in. That's up and out. 2-0 here to the catcher. Sakala 1 for 2 here in game 2. Single to right field in her previous at-bat. That is Tomasello on first, one down. And Sakala hits that into shallow right. Could be trouble, and it finds a space in the outfield. And Sakala with a bloop single. Tomasello strolls into second. And Maida will step in for the Eagles. That's the epitome from Sakala right there. Just put it in play and see what happens. She found the perfect spot in shallow right center field. And Maida swings at the first pitch, and it rings up the home plate umpire. And our home plate ump going to need a sec to just walk that one off. So it looks like our home plate ump is okay. And we'll resume play here with runners at second and first. Tomasello on second, Sakala on first. Only one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Eagles lead at 6-1. They have scored in every single inning here in game 2. They have 12 hits to Dominicans 2, and Maida flies that one up. Shallow left. McIntosh under it, and a can of corn for the shortstop. So 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. And now we'll bring up Calabrese, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI here in game 2. Calabrese Reese takes that one for a strike, and 2 consecutive strikes there by Baxter. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Can Baxter stop the bleeding here in the 4th? She delivers to home, and that is poked into right field. Barnes makes a grab. Eagles get 2 across in the bottom of the 4th and take a 6-1 lead as we head to the 5th right here on the CACC network. Top of the 5th here at Lemoyne. Game 2, Eagles are dominating Dominican, leading 6-1, out hitting them 12-2. And Raquelme, she's been outstanding here in the start, just threw her 56th pitch right there. It's flied up. Dickinson has room, and she makes the grab on the Lopez flyout. 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Top of the order here for Dominican. Raquelme, 56 pitches, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 0 strikeouts. She's been outstanding. A near flawless performance here in her 8th start of the season. Came into this one with 47.2 innings of work, 7.2 ERA. Fires that one on the outside corner, and it's a called strike to McIntosh. McIntosh 0 for 1 with a walk here in Game 2. And that's rolled over, and it will get through. No, DeAngelis stops it. What a backhanded play. There wasn't an out to be made, but nonetheless, a spectacular effort there by DeAngelis. Looks like DeAngelis might be a little shaken up after the play. Appears as if she's okay. Kasovitz 0 for 2 here in Game 2. The square pass ball. McIntosh takes second. Another square. That's a beautiful bunt. Trouble for the Eagles. They get the runner at first. What a play there by Dickinson. McIntosh advances to third. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 5th. What a play there by Dickinson. A really tough angle to get the out there at first. But she makes it work. Walker 0 for 2 here in Game 2 steps in. She was 1 for 4 with an RBI in Game 1. First pitch is low. That's just misses by Raquelme. Looked like the umpire was going to raise the right arm there and call that for a strike, but it is 2-0. Walker able to get ahead here on Raquelme. Pitch is low and in. And Raquelme falls behind here 3-0. So Walker taking care of the first base duties here for Dominican today. A graduate student. And the 3-0. Doesn't take. Flies that up. Center field. Peruso. Canicorn. Side retired. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Eagles 6. Dominican 1. You could get 3 runs. Bottom of the 5th. 6-1 Eagles. 12 hits for Post. Only 3 for Dominican. It looks like Baxter's day after 11 innings of work here in the doubleheader is done. On the mound now is the freshman Emily Null, appearing in the 19th game on the year. She started in 9. She got a 2-9 record. All right, 8, 9, and then Top do appear for the Eagles. Dickinson walked in her first at-bat, had a sac bunt in her previous at-bat. And Null's first pitch here in the doubleheader is a ball that's low. Fouls that one away, and it's 1-1. Eagles, they get 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. They would mercy Dominican. Null delivers, and Dickinson a little late on that, and that hits a car out there. Looks like a Volvo. So 1-2 count now to Dickinson, who's played an excellent third base here today for the Eagles. Null delivers, and Dickinson rolls over. And that's a nice play made at third by Ridge. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. And Peruso will step in. She's 0 for 1. Caruso takes that one low. One out. Fouled away. One. Caruso hacks that foul. Top of the order is on deck. D'Angelo, who has a sizzling bat here in game 2. She's 3 for 3 with an RBI. And Caruso takes the 1-2 and fouls it away once more. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Null delivers, and Caruso golfs that into center. Could be trouble, and it is! It drops! Caruso digs for third, and she's in there. There's been a little trouble here in game 2 between that outfield for Dominican. Kasovitz and Espinosa have been dealing with some trouble in catching fly balls in that part of the outfield. Barnes has been fine. And there's a runner on third. Top of the order, DeAngelis. Again, 3 for 3. And that one is low. One 0. DeAngelis rips that. Foul. Just foul. Eagles with 12 hits. They rule that one in error. Pretty blatantly. One on its way from Null, and DeAngelis takes that on the inside corner for a called strike. DeAngelis 3 for 3 here in game 2. She was 1 for 4 in game 1. Rolls over on that. Just foul. Looked like it nearly hit Caruso there. One ball, 2 strikes to the sizzling hot DeAngelis. Again, 3 for 3 here in game 2, and she is on it here in her 4th at-bat, facing Knoll for the first time. Emily Knoll, again a freshman from Menifee, California. Right-hander that stands at 5'9", and DeAngelis, another foul ball. Once more, the 1-2. That's flied up. Walker doesn't have room. DeAngelis, man, she's on that one. Multiple foul balls here. Ricarduli is on deck. Tomasello in the hole. And the 1-2. Off speed, DeAngelis hits that over to third, and Ridge did not have a play. She eats it up. And runners at the corners here The game-winning run comes up to the plate. That's Rick Arduli. Only one out here in the bottom of the 5th. And the Eagles end this season on a high note with a win, and more emphatically, a mercy. First pitch to Rick Arduli from Knoll is low and inside. And so glad you've been able to tune in all school year long here on the Nest Network. Griffin Cass on hand. It's been a pleasure to bring the post-university action here. Fan a little shaken up there behind the backstop. Tried to catch the foul ball and ran into a pole. Rick Arduli goes oppo taco. Peruso will come home. DeAngelis digs for third. Rick Arduli into seconds. That's the third RBI of the game for Rick Arduli. She's 3 for 4. All right, here we go. Lily Tomasello, 1 home run away from breaking the single-season home run record here at Post. We've been touching on it all day long, and likely she only has one more opportunity to do so. And what is probably going to be her final lap out of the season right here. Eagles lead at 7-1. They get 2 more runs, and they mercy Dominican here in Game 2. They got 13 hits so far here in Game 2. Tomasello will take that one right down the hatch. Our athletic communications director here at Post, Mike Vesey, he is on it, ready to capture the possible historic moment here from Tomasello. That is coming in. Espinoza can't make the grab. DeAngelis comes home. Rick Arduli out at third. 8-1 Eagles. Espinoza is just having some trouble there in left field. Not getting great reads on these fly balls. So Tomasello likely will not break the single season home run record, as she's stuck at 9, but she's had a fantastic day here. So Bailey Dickinson here. If she drives in Tomasello, that will be game. 2 errors now for Dominican. 8-1 Eagles. That one is low for ball 1. Dickinson takes that one for a strike on the outside corner. 13 hits for Post, 3 for Dominican, and an 8-1 lead here for the Eagles in Game 2. Knoll delivers, and Dickinson rips that into left field. Tomasello will be waved home, and that will do it. Eagles end their 2024 campaign off with a mercy roll as they beat Dominican 9-1 here in Game 2. They split a pair here with the Lady Chargers, and that will do it. Eagles will finish the regular season 7-39. Dominican falls to 11-26 and 8-12 in conference. That will do it for Post in their regular season. Dominican will have Wilmington tomorrow at home for a doubleheader. What a game, Eagles. They get 14 hits in Game 2, and they win it 9-1 in 5 innings. For our entire athletic communication staff here at Post University, Griffin Cass signing off from Waterbury.
Test, test, test. We're here with Alyssa Calabrese, a freshman who played primarily outfield for Post University this spring. We're talking to some of our players, freshmen and seniors, as we round out the 2024 campaign post getting the Mercy Rule victory in game number 2. Alyssa, what was it like being on this team in your first season?
It was amazing. We had a lot of upperclassmen that really showed us the way. There's only 2 freshmen, but they were like our sisters to us and gave us advice all the time. They were there for us no matter what. It was definitely like a family, and they made us feel all included no matter who you are.
And being only one of 2 freshmen, what was your bond like with Devin Barnett, your other freshman, who also is a pitcher too, but you primarily played outfield this year?
We got really close, actually. Again, didn't know each other at all coming in. We didn't know how many freshmen there were going to be. We ended up having some classes together, which helped, and we got to bond over those classes. And, you know, being in the same boat as an incoming freshman and being only 2 of us, it helped knowing that there was someone else in that boat who didn't really know everything, didn't have, or was getting the same advice now because we were so new. But we're like this now, so.
Talk about the mentorship. You said that your seniors, were always there for you. What kind of advice have they instilled in you now for your next 3 years at Post?
Honestly, taking everything in. Not taking things for granted was a big one. And knowing that, like, they'll be there for me and for the rest of the team when we're still here and they're gone, knowing that they'll still have our backs, even if they leave and do other things and move on to big and better things. But again, like, cherishing the little things.
You grew a lot this year. Obviously, you got your first double, actually, the season yesterday, and 2 RBIs. What are you looking forward to? I know the season just ended. What's your goal for next year now that this season's kind of wrapped up?
I definitely want to try to get more hits. I was in kind of a hitting slump. But being more selective with pitches and knowing kind of the situations when you really need to put the ball in play and how to move runners.
And then team goal for next year. Obviously, it wasn't an easy freshman year for you guys. You only got 6-7 wins. But what's your hope for the team next year? It's going to be pretty much a brand new team. I think only five people will be returning.
Yeah. I hope that whoever comes in, we kind of bond like we did with this team and create a really big family and, hopefully get more wins and bond over that.
Alyssa Calabrese joining me here. Now we'll bring in whichever one of you 3 wants to come in next.
Hey.
What's up, Lily Tomasello?
What's good, Mike?
So you've had a great year, obviously. I mean, you led the team in RBIs. You had over 30-plus. You had what? You had, wrote it down here. You had 5 more today, so I believe that makes you finish with, if I did my math right, 33. Team lead, you had 9 home runs, tied the single-season record. Yesterday you got your 100th career hit. What was that? What does that mean to you?
It feels good to finish my career strong. There's nothing more to it.
Well, how did you feel about the surprise your parents gave you with the sign? Your mother actually DM'd the account last night and told me not to tell you that she was coming with the sign.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was so cute. I thought I was gonna hold it together. She started crying. I started crying. It was great. Yeah.
And then obviously you went 4 for 7 today, 5 RBIs. What was the message coming into this final doubleheader of the year? Obviously, you guys were eliminated from postseason contention early on, but what was the message as you're playing out essentially your final doubleheader of your career?
Yeah, just really playing for me and all the other seniors, and just last one, best one is really what we try to do.
And obviously, you had 9 home runs. You tied the single-season record. Were you thinking about that 10th? You had a few that came a little close there in game number 1.
Yeah, I was. That one that was to center field, I really thought a little more, but it was a change-up, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
What's been your favorite memory about being part of this team for the last 4 or 5 years?
Well, I'm going to have to say last year, let me set the scene, Franklin Pierce, first inning, I hit a home run. The fans were chirping. I've never seen anything like it. Next at bat, I get up, they're like, you can't do it. And guess what? I did it. So that was pretty cool. And then just being basically sisters with all my people.
Now that your career is over, what's next for you? Away from the field, or if you continue to play softball somewhere else?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely done with softball, but I'm going to go to PT school, so that'll be still involved in sports.
Lily, we appreciate you joining us. We appreciate all your hard work on the field and off the field for us all year long. Maybe we'll see you on Sunday because we just found out we're hosting men's lacrosse to help us. All right.
Thank you.
And we'll bring in either Caitlin or Jenny next. What's up, Caitlin?
What's up?
So we didn't get to talk to you a couple weeks ago after you guys won against Chestnut Hill and you got your 150th hit because you left the game injured. So we didn't feel it was appropriate to do that at that time. So what does that milestone mean to you to hit that?
It makes me think of when I was little and I was just like, this is bad. I wanted to do it for my young self, who was a shy little girl, and now I could be able to achieve like stuff like that.
I believe you played with your career all set and done now. I think it was 158 total games for Post, and you started all but one game that you got on the field. What does that mean to be that consistent? I know you were dealing obviously with a shoulder injury most of your career too. What does it mean to be able to still be that consistent on the field?
You just have to really do for your teammates. You play every game for them, no matter what. You have to play through the pain, and that's what you got to do.
And you had, I think it was. I'll let her go in a minute. You had 3 home runs this year, and I believe now 17 in your career. That put you in 3rd all time. Thank you. We love you too. So what does that mean to you to be ranked among some of the greatest home run hitters? Because you're more of a contact hitter. You're hitting over 300. I believe you lead the team in average. But you're not really known for your power. You're more known for your speed and everything. What does that mean to even be ranked up that high?
It feels nice to be with the best people and to ever play at Post. Yeah, that's really it.
Now that your career is done, what's next for you? What's your favorite memory of being a part of this team?
My favorite memory is the bonds that we have with all these girls. No other team is close as us. We are crazy.
I can confirm that, too, having only worked with you guys for 1 year. So, Caitlin, thank you for your time. Go take your picture. Unless all you guys want to come up here, too. And then we'll talk to Jenny. Caitlin, you did fine. Jenny, this is your first time interviewing ever. I think you just got your first win of the year. I don't really know. Third, okay. I've lost track at this point with everything that's gone on, but I didn't get the check before we came on. 5 innings, only 1 run given up, 3 hits, 3 walks. Your best performance of the year. How'd you do it today?
With the candy salad in the dugout and a little sketch motivation, for sure. I mean, I was really focused on trying to spin the ball more today because I don't know what was going on with the mound, but I couldn't figure it out. So just spin it and see how they do with the spin coming at them.
What was wrong with the mound?
There's like a gaping hole. Like it was a big kind of valley in there. I don't know.
We'll have to talk to Mike about that one.
I mean, it's going to be turf, hopefully so.
This is true. Your career's coming to an end also. What has your 4 years been like at Post?
My 4 years have been a roller coaster of just ups and downs, and I wouldn't want to have had it any other way. It's really built me to be a strong individual now, going back home to Virginia to enter the workforce, just marketing, just stuff like that. But yeah, like Kate said, the bonds on this team are unlike anyone else has. So I'm really going to miss these girls, especially all of them being from up here and me being a trek away. But yeah, I would not have changed anything in the world for this experience.
Sum up what your career's been like and what this season's been like for you in general.
For me in general, it's been a wild one. I didn't expect to play third base as a senior in college when I haven't played it since senior year of high school. So that was kind of crazy. It was nice to be able to hit, go yard my senior year after being a PO for almost 2.5 years. So that was nice. Yeah, but I mean, this year, like in general, it was just all or nothing, go out with a bang. And obviously it wasn't how we wanted it to be, but I'm overall happy with, playing for my team and how we all kind of wanted everything to be a family instead of just like, this is a job. We wanted it to be fun for us, so.
What was it like playing third base? You have to, back up Caitlin DeAngelis there, and she made a few stellar plays at short today. What's it like having to fill in her shoes over there sometimes?
It's definitely scary. Very big shoes to fill. Definitely not as quick as her for sure. So, and it is hard to get some of those hot shots at me. It makes me scared a little bit. It makes me want to check my pants. But yeah, it's definitely big shoes to fill. But I mean, with her, just talking me through it, and it really has helped. And she's just such an amazing teammate. So I'm happy to fill those shoes for her.
What was it like getting to hit again this year? And you got a few big hits. I believe it was in the first doubleheader you had a big 2 RBI hit, and you already tied your career, marks from your freshman year. What was that like?
Go yard. Like, I just wanted to go yard. I wanted to hit the crap out of the ball. So I was just really excited. And, I haven't gotten that opportunity in a long time. So I was just taking every opportunity and advantage of it, and really just trying to see the ball and not really try and see it over the fence and swing for the fences, but really just make good contact so I can move base runners.
One of my memories of you playing this year as a hitter was during that Chestnut Hill game when it was 10-9 in the ninth. You got just under that one, and we're all up here jumping around, me, Jack, and whoever else was up here, thinking that you were almost hit that one out, and it fell just short.
Yeah.
What was your memory that stood out for the past 4 years and even just this year?
I think my greatest memory with this team playing was probably Bloomfield last year. I threw a one-hitter, and that was my career high. Wish it could have been a no-hitter, but it is what it is. That was probably my funnest experience because I remember just getting so hyped with all my friends and teammates and they're all my sisters. So it's just a support system, and they were all so happy, and they got lit with me. So it was great.
Jenny, thank you for taking some time to join us today. Go enjoy taking down the fence, I guess, with the rest of your team, and then enjoy the rest of the evening and the win and whatever comes next for you. And we appreciate all your work on the field this year.
Thank you.
That'll do it for us for the final time this year from Lemoy Field. We will be back here, as I mentioned before, on Sunday for men's lacrosse, time to be determined against the University of Bridgeport. But for Mike Vesci, Griffin Cass, who was here earlier, and everybody who's joined us all year long helping us out, thank you for joining us on the Nest Network, on the CACC Network, and on YouTube for all of Post Athletics this year. And a big shout-out to our softball girls for a tremendous season. Win or lose, these girls came every day and played their hardest on the field here at Lemoy and on the road, and we appreciate all their work that they've done for us here on the Nest Network to make it possible for us to run these broadcasts throughout the past fall and winter, and everybody this spring who stepped it up in their absence while they were out playing their games. Mike Vesci signing off for the final time here from Lemoy Field this afternoon. We're still live.